All right, man. Yo. Man, what's going on? We back in the dungeon. Another episode of the Mismatch Podcast, episode number 3. We get into it. Trey was trying to be lazy today.
Facts.
I'm coming on here talking about today, man, because, you know, we supposed to do this at 3:30.
Facts. He kept pushing
It's
it back.
7.
I have a corporate job.
He kept pushing
I'm
it
not
back.
just.
Working
I
for the
don't.
white man.
I don't sit in the office. I don't stay at home, staring at my computer.
Working for the
I
white
work.
man.
I do multiple things
We're
actually.
I keep
full-time.
telling
We're
we're full-time.
That's
I keep
good.
telling him to quit.
That's great. So tell them to do what I do. I do film
We don't
and I work a full time
no,
job.
But we put all our efforts into
That's my point.
That is
So
true. That is
I'm
true.
late. So I'm late
You're
because
being lazy. You're being lazy.
You is being lazy.
You're being
I ain't
lazy.
gonna
because I have a
lie.
full. I have a job.
You is
No,
being
you're
lazy.
being
Because I have a
lazy.
corporate America job.
Sometimes
No,
you got to
yes,
put
you
in.
got a
Chad,
corporate America job.
Chad, please tell these dudes
Sometimes
to get off my.
put in a little extra hour.
No, because Trey has a
And you
skill.
just said, first of all, William
let's get
just
into it. Let's pod.
William just said he has 7
pod.
projects that he has not done, and he's going home to play COD.
Bro,
Or he might go hoop, then
bro,
he's going to go play
He make
COD.
his own schedule.
Bro, chill,
He
I
make his own schedule.
make my own schedule.
He
I'll
can
get
do
it
what
done
he want.
tomorrow.
He
That's
can do what he
fine.
want.
tomorrow.
He can do what he wants.
That's fine.
Unlike you, holding yourself back,
all
working
I'm
for the
saying.
white man.
Exactly.
No offense, Will. Working for the white man.
There's a fence.
Working
He's-
for the white
he
man,
said I'm
holding
working for the
yourself
white
back.
man.
You don't want to bet on
saying.
yourself. You don't want to bet on yourself.
I'm
So now
okay.
you got to wait for somebody else to get there. You got to boo-boo. You got to wait for somebody else to come take care of your shift.
That's not.
Let's talk
that's
about
not
it.
true.
Let's pod today.
Let's talk about it.
Let's pod today. Let's pod.
Yeah, but there y'all go. I work a job and I also film. These
All right,
two
bro.
people just film. So
All right,
there you
bro.
go. So they're here.
Hey,
They're here.
man,
I'm here.
we
Hey
back
man,
in
we
the-
back,
Hey,
man.
we-
You know what I'm saying?
We
Special
back in the
guest.
dungeon. Hey,
Getting
you
started.
see.
We have a special guest today.
You see.
Sports Co. You know what I'm saying? You might know him as that on the ground.
I'm back in the building.
But in person, man, you know, y'all might call him Will, but I call him William. He's here in the dungeon, man. Everybody give him a hand clap, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shots by Will.
Shots by Wilski. Tap in on YouTube.
Shots by Will.
You know the vibes.
Well, what's going on, baby? How you feeling?
Bro, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm excited for this pod. Just
Yeah.
kind of looking forward to it all day.
In the dungeon, yeah?
In the dungeon. I'm
How's
hyped.
it feel?
Bro,
Is this your first pod?
yeah.
I feel honored.
I be filming pods, but I'm never on the pod.
Really? How
Yeah.
how many pods do you film?
I've probably filmed like 15 pods
Dang, that's a lot.
for
Hey, you never want to
XFit.
get in front of the camera?
What? I'm never in front of the camera.
Why not?
Because I'm just the producer, twin.
Okay.
I feel that.
I'm just here to make them look good.
Hey, shout out my dude Ryan. Hey, if you tap into this clip, actually, I'm gonna tell CJ to make this clip. This is William. This is the dude who we played
Hey,
with on
chill,
2K.
chill.
This is William right here.
Chill.
So I know you haven't seen him. This is William.
It's
Gam, this is William
Well,
too.
nice.
At what? 2K?
Yeah.
No, he sucks.
No, I'm nice.
But in
No,
COD,
I'm nice.
but in
No.
COD, he's nice. I will give him his flowers in COD.
No,
COD, this man is good.
Bro,
2K.
I carry this guy on 2K.
Hey Ryan,
I
please
carry
comment
him.
if you see this clip. Please comment if
Bro,
William is
he literally-
is
we
he
were
good?
playing-
Is he nice? Gam, you can comment too.
No. We were playing
They
and he
both
goes,
know.
he goes, man, William is kind of nice at this game.
No, it's
I'm a
because
slasher.
His, because his
I'm a
rating was good, but he's a
slasher.
ball hog. He'll try to dunk on or lay up the ball on 3 people.
And I be scoring.
I'm like, bro,
I score. I ain't finna pass if it's barbecue
this man,
chicken.
This man
You a
is
wing?
not barbecue.
Yeah.
I haven't, bro.
I'm
2K25 hasn't got my time yet.
Ooh.
It got my money, but it ain't got my time yet.
Ooh.
I can't make my bill that I made in 24, so I'm not.
Ooh.
I'm not too happy.
Yeah, he's trying to make like a point guard, like 6'4",
6'4",
point,
you can shoot and still get on the rim.
but you know that's not how that works.
Yeah,
in
it's,
this
it's
one.
not, bro.
They
They
took that
switch
away.
it. They switch it so
I
much.
know.
They switch
And I
it.
don't like small guards, but I don't like tall guards that can't shoot the ball.
But this year they made it to where you can like low key have a tall guard that can shoot pretty
Yeah.
decent.
I
Like
played a Wemby type of dude, like last night I think, or 2 nights ago.
It went well for you.
I mean, we won.
I'm not gonna lie, he low key probably the worst out of the 3 of us.
Trace is passive, honestly.
He is. I get straight to the money.
Oh my goodness.
Straight to the business.
Ryan, like I said, we're gonna clip this, and then you, honest opinion, because you know what I'm saying, you played with us. Gam, you too.
I've never played with that guy.
Yes, you did.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you did. We
Wait.
played. We went to the
Like what? 2 games in the
No,
rec?
we went to the Royal Court or whatever it was. What was it?
Oh,
Stomping
y'all was
Grounds,
in the
Proving?
park.
No,
Yeah.
Y'all like winning the wreck.
no, we were on the Proving Grounds, and we all did a
We was
5v5.
freaking- I was getting active.
No,
too.
you weren't. I think I was
Yes,
the
I
highest
was.
scorer.
No,
I think
you
I had. Yes,
weren't.
I did. I had like 19.
On my mama, you weren't.
This dude, bro, he sucks.
I gotta see it for myself. I don't
Ryan,
know.
comment, man.
We might
I-
have to
did,
Gam,
did we, did, we,
comment.
did we play in Cali?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No.
We probably
We
did.
played Play Now.
This man was sorry.
That's what I'm
too.
saying. Play now. Did we play in Cali?
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
play-
everybody sees it different though. Like if they just because you're good at play now, I don't know. I put more respect on play now than I do if you're good in the park. That's just me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm worse in Play Now than I am in the park.
I,
Just because like
There you
once
go.
I learned my
just
dude's
me.
jumper, like it's
You
cash.
can't learn nobody else's jump.
but like
No, I
playing
can,
with
but,
playing with like 5 people
Boo.
and like
That is true.
I just put more
That's
respect.
true.
Because if I went to a tournament like a 2K tournament, I'm gonna play now. I'm not gonna play
Yeah.
with my player.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
I've won a couple tournaments online.
Really?
Yeah.
Making
the
any earnings?
Nah, it was like for free.
Ooh.
I like the one 2K tournament I went to was like years ago. Like I want to say it was like 2018. The rules were goofy though. Like they had no shot meter.
Ooh.
You had to do 3 randoms, and then the guy, I'm pretty sure he hoodwinked me, but it was when KD was on the Warriors, so it was like 2017, I think. You're supposed to do randoms. I think he didn't push random, and it started off with the Warriors. I think he just said he got random.
I think you told me that story,
Yeah.
and then you got ran through.
And then I got the Lakers that was back when Lonzo Ball was on the Lakers, like
Yeah.
horrible. Like LeBron wasn't even there yet.
Yeah.
I got dead bad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cooked.
I got cooked.
All right.
But I was like, bro, I feel
Tell the
like
chat.
I got like hoodwinked, but it was cool. What else?
But I will give Will his Call of Duty, which you don't play at all.
I
But
can't do it.
But he is good. I will give him his flower at that. God,
I'm
he is
nice.
good at COD.
I used to be nice at Fort, but I'm kind of washed now.
I don't play for it though.
I'm
For
watched.
too much.
That's-
My dad didn't let me play first shooter games, so to this
Really?
day I still can't pick it up.
Uh,
Everything moves too fast.
I wasn't allowed to play, but like, and my mom watching this,
You still snook.
I'd slide over my friend's crib,
Oh,
and
nice.
we
Bad,
and
William.
we'd hop on
bad.
the game, and we grind. We play like zombies and multiplayer.
Yeah.
And I wasn't nice, but like, I was picking it up. And then like when I got older, my mom was like, I don't really care what you play anymore. And then
Nice. Did you play Halo?
no, but I was on PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation guy for life. man.
PlayStation for
Shout out
life.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I was always PlayStation. I didn't see Halo until like I went to the homie's crib or something like that.
Yeah, no, like that's
Yeah.
that's how it was. I mean, I think I maybe played 5 career hours.
Where
of
is
Halo.
Halo now? Is this off the map?
No, I think it's still on Xbox.
Yeah, but I don't think no one
Nobody
played it.
like Apex took over before.
I don't know.
Apex
I
was
have no
hype.
Well, I guess does Halo have like the free mod where you can just download the game and still play?
It probably is. Yeah.
I don't know. That was back in the day. Like you remember?
I was like young.
PS3, like internet was free. Like,
Internet,
as long
yeah.
as you just had to have the game, you didn't have to have a PSN
I played first
account.
generation Halo, and I was
Did you
online. The
Yeah,
first
you
generation
didn't have
Halo.
to have like was it PlayStation Plus with PS3 or no? Like it was free online.
No, it was just free. You
Yeah.
just had to have the game and have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
and that's why
play
people
online.
and that's why people like PS over Xbox because the stuff was free.
Yeah. I mean, I always even Trey had a Xbox like when we first got to college. I hated it
Yep.
because like the Microsoft website, I feel like the software behind it was just trash.
Yep.
And like trying to guide through the Xbox, I'd be getting lost in the home
bro.
screen.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'd be getting
Me
lost.
neither, man. That's why transferred
Yeah.
over.
I'm glad you like.
Shout out Ryan though. Ryan also made me transfer over.
I
man.
mean
Ryan's
that
played a big
Xbox
part of my
trash.
life.
Y'all got it.
It was pretty bad.
All right, man. Let's get into it. My boy ShotsbyWill in the building.
In the building.
So that's why I like sitting down with Pops because you get to learn more about people. Like, I just really know about you that you went to Lighthouse and you hooped.
Yeah.
I didn't find out. I didn't like get hip to you until you like junior senior year. So like, give us the orange story about your life. Like, you always been from Southwest Missouri. Like, where you from?
Did you always have no bounce? Like,
All right.
All right, man.
I'm
chill.
just playing.
So,
bro.
like-
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
So like
I'm playing.
back in the day, I'm a pastor's kid. So
Okay, shout out.
we my dad pastored a church in Kansas City. We were there for a little bit. It's called Blue Springs Assembly. We were there, and then after a little bit, they felt called to lead a church in South Dakota. So we moved, packed up our stuff, lived in the Rocky Mountains for a little bit. It was hype, bro. It's sick, and but still, that's when I was starting to hoop a little bit. I was trying out all the sports, and then we came back. Went to Republic. We came to Republic. Got here like my 4th grade, and got here 4th grade. Went to Sweeney, then went to Republic Middle School, went to Republic High, played basketball all through then, and then so I played my freshman year, and then was about to play my sophomore year, but then we moved to like Springfield, and so then my options were because like basically where we are, we're outside of the Nixa city limits, but we're outside of the Springfield city limits. So it was like I either had the option between Nixa, Kickapoo, or Lighthouse. And I was looking at the roster. So Trevin, Anton, Isaac Haney. I looked at that. I said, and I'm not going there.
So you didn't want to compete?
I was not going to get playing time. I was not.
That's. Did you want to compete?
Bro,
yes
I did,
no?
but I was not finna hoop.
Nah, you didn't want to compete.
I was not finna hoop.
If you wanted to compete, you would have went there with Trevin. And you know what? That might have set you over the edge.
It could have, but
Then you would-
then I looked
you
at the
coulda went to
Nixa
the
roster,
league.
and I was like, oof, Colin Ruffin, JT. Who else they had?
They had a big at the time. I can't
Yeah,
remember his
I
name.
forgot his name. They had the
I
big
feel
Cale
like-
Combs.
I feel like you could have played at Dixie though.
You think?
He didn't want to compete.
But
I mean, you played at Lighthouse, so I'm
I
not
did.
like
I
I'm not
did.
like
And then
discrediting with your
but
decision.
then I looked at Lighthouse, and the coaches were like, "Hey, we have all these transfers coming in." I was like, "Okay." So I went over a couple practices, kind of liked it. I was like, "You know what? This could be hype," and started playing there. Played 3 years there, sophomore, junior, senior, and man, it was fun. And I thought that the comp was not going to be good. I was like, homeschool kids. I was like, bro, what the heck? Like, these kids are some butt. Like, and we pulled up to our first tournament, bro. And, like, you can tell some of the teams that are, like, homeschooled. And then you can tell the teams that went homeschool for development only. And there were several 3-4 stars that, like, were from St. Louis, from, out of town, like Memphis, Illinois, that all went homeschool. And they were dogs, and a couple of them went to OTE, balled out there, but yeah, then hooped there for a few seasons, and then started picking up. I picked up the camera my junior year, and so then I was kind of doing both, hooping and filming, and then decided not to play college basketball to pursue full-time film.
I feel you. So let's stay there for a second on the homeschool side of things. I ain't gonna lie. Like, when you hear homeschool hoops, the first thing is like, oh, they elite. Now, I've seen like Rush and y'all, so I know homeschool hoops is decent. Like, talk your ish a little bit for the people that's like, bro, homeschool hoops is trash. Like,
honestly, like, it just depends on who you're playing and where you're playing at. Because, like, we had tournaments where, like we had a tournament in the Pacers Stadium, and it was like that was like invite only, so like you had to be nice. And then you had other tournaments where it was like, we had one in St. Louis. It's like a tip off. It's like a preseason tournament. It's like any like homeschool team can just pull up. So it's like, depending on where you're going is like who the competition you're gonna play. And I thought the same thing, man. Like, I was like, man, like, these kids are some butt. And then I pulled up, and I was mistaken.
Nah,
I wouldn't say it's necessarily as high as the competition as like the class 5 and 6, but I'd say it's pretty heavy up there in the class 4. I'd pretty say like class 4. Probably have a couple teams that could hang with some class 5 teams here, but the comp is good. It's not terrible like everyone thinks.
you just hoop. You didn't play football?
No, I wish I did.
Because I know football, they'll play like a couple local schools. Like, we play Lighthouse, coaching at Central. Y'all don't do that basketball-wise, though, right?
Not for real. It's just because people don't. Our basketball, it's such a liability for teams, because if we come in and beat them, it makes them look really bad.
I mean, don't run from smoke, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but my senior year or my junior year, we had such a good team, and we were beating all these younger teams, like all these smaller teams, that bigger teams started wanting to get a piece of it.
Yeah.
Greenwood hit us, Stratford hit us, but our coach was declining it. Our coach was saying
really?
no, like, because we had our district tournament coming up, and COVID was starting to make its second way around.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, nah, like, we got to lock in for districts. So I was low key pissed, but I mean, because I was ready to play, because at the time at Greenwood it was Tommy, Tanner Jones, Nick Burry.
Been a good game.
I was like, dude, we're gonna hoop. And then when I found out that he said no, I was like, bruh.
So y'all didn't have y'all didn't have a home like gym at Lighthouse?
No, it's getting built right now.
It's getting built.
Dang. Yeah.
So I got a home field over there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like football game.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what's up. So went through the basketball thing. Why? I want to know, and it may be because you picked up the camera, but why didn't you choose to play college basketball?
But at the end of the day, it was just like, I kind of felt like I was more doing it to just like tell other people, like, oh, I'm a collegiate athlete. Like, oh, I'm a hooper. Like,
So you didn't love what you were doing.
I did, but like I felt like I was doing it for the wrong reasons.
There's a difference, though, bro. You can love the game, but you can like the game a lot. If you love the game, you're gonna go to that next level. I'm not gonna put that on everybody, but like, if you love the game, it's a lot harder to get rid of it than just being.
That is true, and I would say I did love the game, and like I definitely was like crazy upset when it was like my last game hit, and because I already knew before the season ended like I wasn't gonna play, and I don't know. I think part of the reason was like, I started really getting like, I want to say blowing up, but like I blew up quicker than I thought I was going to in the camera and like the film industry. And I was like, oh shoot, like, I think I could actually do this. And, I was like, bro, like hoops is going to always be there. But if I go hoop, I'm going to have a hard time filming. Like, especially because everyone that plays college hoops, college sports, it's a full time.
No, yeah.
You don't got time.
No, it is full time.
You don't have time. So it's like, I made the decision and I was like, bro, and then also my parents told me like, they're like, you're going to have to pay like whatever you owe. Like if you get a scholarship or you get, cause all my interests were like NAIAs, the D3, like, little lower level hoops, but like, shoot, like, at the end of the day, I was like, I'm not trying to pay all this bread just to hoop, and like, when I could just stick to filming and like, cause I was enjoying it at the time. And
on CJ's Accord, if you go, I ain't.
Was you gonna hoe him? Was you gonna hoe him?
Nah.
No, say it, bro.
On CJ's Accord, if you hoop, you know what I'm saying? If you go down, down the street to good old EU, you get you a full ride. So that's what you still got 4 years.
Like I said, it depends on the player.
Yeah, it does depend on the player.
Like, yes. So Trey's bringing up like there's some guys that I've been bringing up. I won't say their name on the pod because the season's still early, but like those guys that are coming down from like D2, D1, and we've had transfers come to EU. Like I feel like those guys get full. Like it may not be 100% full, but it's like 90, 95.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah,
it's like up there.
Well, you still got 4 years of eligibility, man. Go tee up on time.
Have you been taking classes somewhere else?
No.
Oh, he has 4 years.
No classes.
So when the 18 hit, you just started filming full time.
Yeah.
Like no school.
Well, I will say, so like I did work a little bit. Like I worked at Planet Fitness.
Okay.
And like when I was younger, I worked at Backwoods Golf in Republic. Worked there. Worked at Planet Fitness.
So let me be honest with you. You was doing like little high school jobs.
Yeah. At that time, I wasn't full time at all. Like I was just like, I was more working my way to get there. Like I was probably making like, $100 a week, and I was like, yeah, this is a big ball. And then like I'd stack it up with my Planet Fitness checks. I'm like, like I'm like us. This is hard. Like I'm like over here $450. I'm like us. This is some real money. And then like I looked at the camera equipment. I'm like, this is not real money. Like this is not real money.
I remember because I did that in college. Like I used to work at Sonic, and my whole mindset working at Sonic while I was in college was like, I'm gonna pay for my camera gear, get all that. Man, all I did while I was working at Sonic was pay for a mic. That's it.
Pay for a mic.
Yes, it was like $250. That hurt at the time. I was like, oh my god.
And like, bro, but I don't know. I was doing stuff for mad cheap though. So I was doing like mixtapes for like $20-$30, bro. Like pictures for like 15, 20. Like I was really just trying to get experience, and that's why I tell like when I have like younger kids that hit me and they're like, what camera should I buy or like how much should I charge? I'm like, bro, like for the first year, bro, like you should be doing it like for free just to get your like experience up. Yeah. And like I was like, that's what I did. I did it for free for like over a year, or not over a year, but like right out of a year.
Yeah.
And even then, like I was still charging like $10-$15. Like I was trying to get a little bit, but like I was working at Planet Fitness, and then they just stopped giving me like and then I worked at Swing Right Golf. That's your place. Yeah, that's your place.
Yeah,
and they were a little bit more flexible, like had more flexibility, but and then once I quit there, I was like, bro, like I'm just gonna make this happen.
Go ahead.
Wait, little fun fact that, well, I guess because I told you, but I guess the pod, Will can golf.
I believe it.
Will
Will
can golf.
I'm just an athlete.
I wouldn't go that far. Will's good at COD, and he can golf.
And hoops.
And filming hoops, yeah.
And hoops? Oh,
filming
hoops. Trey gave it to you.
Okay.
Filming hoops.
Filming hoops? Yes, okay.
Dang. Okay, so I want to know, how did you kind of get away with that? Parents, like, man, this is maybe a testament to, like, your parents. And, I never judged how somebody was raised, right? But my parents were like, dog, if you ain't going to college, you better get, like, a job or the military. So, like, how did you get away with, like, dog, I'm finna start filming? Like, they were cool with that?
Like, honestly, I mean, big shout out to my parents, because they were the ones that actually bought me my A7R3, my 24-70, and my 70-180. They bought all three of those things, and they were like, look, like, we believe that you can do this. Because, like, I was filming YouTube videos when I was young. I was filming YouTube videos, vlogs.
Are they still up?
Nah, I have them. They're private.
Got you.
They're private. They're private.
He must have been doing some like Logan Paul, like
No,
Jake Paul.
like ice bath challenge stuff, like like 24 overnight challenge, like a tree house. Like
Yeah,
we was getting views, but no, I was kind of interested in it. Took my dad's a real estate photographer, so he is and a videographer, so I kind of learned a little bit from him, but. I used some of his gear for a little bit and kind of started some, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna get your own stuff, but you gotta promise me you're gonna film at least 1 to 2 times a week.
Tough.
And I was like, it's like, can you make that deal with me? And I was like, you know what, yeah, I can. And so he was like, all right, bet. So he bought it used. And I used it for probably the first 3 years of my and I'm only 4 years into it. Yeah, I used the equipment that he got me for the first 3 years, and it was a blessing because, like, you know, some of the younger guys are, you know, buying the A6000s, the 6400s, like, and, you know, fortunately for me, I didn't have to go, like, through the steps of, like, having to buy my own camera.
Yeah.
But just recently, and it felt good because I just bought pretty much all new equipment for, like, because he bought me my Mac too, like, and that was also partly for school too. So, but like, I was editing on that John too, but I bought a new Mac. Bought a brand new S3, bought a new Sigma lens. I still am rocking the Tamron 70 to 180, but no, it definitely like feels good to like get off my own stuff. But it is, but yeah, they believed in me. They're like, dude, we think you can really do this, and I was like, all right, bet. But they were like, you got to pay your bills too. So I was like, so I pay like, I think it's my car insurance, my phone, my health bill. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So it's not much, but
yeah,
it's because I'm still at the crib right now.
So something though, like, and that's good, like to have those things in place before you get out the crib.
Yeah.
And you got all these bills, like, you know what I'm saying, your Wi-Fi, utility, like all those start hitting you at once. It's like, you know how to manage money throughout that time.
Yeah.
But that's dope though. Your parents did that. My dad was like totally different.
Well,
like,
and it's crazy because like growing up, I didn't get anything. If I wanted it, I had to get it myself.
I hear you.
And so like I'd have to mow my lawn to get some bread, to get, you know, I would mow my lawn to get V-Bucks, twin.
Dang.
To get the V-Bucks. Yes, but I go to Come and Go, drop a little Fortnite gift card, John, redeem it in the App Store, straight to the Fortnite, little bank, the VC. Bam,
Man,
it was active.
That's the grind.
Yes, but like anything, and like my parents wouldn't even take, like when me and my homeboy would go film YouTube videos, we'd go to Walmart, and like mess around. She wouldn't drive us there. We rode our bikes to Walmart to film. So we have our camera gear in our backpack. Drive to Walmart.
Dedicated,
it was a hustle, bro. Like
Dedication.
I didn't get a lot of things, and so like, and you know they still bless me. Like when I say like they didn't give me things, it's like stuff that I want. Like if I wanted like a PlayStation,
Like extra stuff.
yeah. Like they wouldn't. If I was like, oh, I want these shoes, they'd be like, okay, like, you know, we'll get them for you. But like, you know, if I was like, oh, I want these $300 pair of shoes, these Jordan, they'd be like, nah, you gotta get it on your own. Like, or if I was like, you know, I want this video game, nah, you gotta get on your own. I want this PlayStation, nah, you gotta get on your own. But yeah, they just believed in me, and it was a good step.
That's tough. So that's funny too, because that's how I really started. I thought I was like a vlogger at first. So I started vlogging. But along with like still going to college and learning film and broadcast, and that way I then found it to the avenue to sports. So what was like that first moment for you where you're like, obviously you play basketball, but just because you play basketball don't mean you won't necessarily want to capture it in a media type of way. So what was like that first moment for you? You were like, all right, I want to film like sports.
I'm not gonna lie, no glaze. I've been watching Toe for a minute, and so like when I'd see your stuff, and I'm like, dang, bro. Like, and, you know, it's you and Bands. You and Bands mostly. You guys been in the game for, like, what, 8-9 years now?
So about 2019, 2017, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, like 7-8 years. So, it's like, you know, I was seeing your stuff when I was hooping. So, like, I was hooping. I'd see you drop mix. I'm like, that's hard. Yeah. That's hard.
Appreciate
it. And then, like, you know, and who else was in the game at that time?
Really, when I first started, it was just me, Twin, and Shields Media.
Yeah, Shields too. I didn't see him a lot of basketball, but I saw his football stuff a lot. Yeah. And so, you know, I was like, dang, this is kind of tough. And I was like, I kind of want to try it on my own. I made my first mixtape, 2022, Republic. And, man, I thought it was hard. But I watched it the other day, and it was some camera was mad shaky, but all these dudes lying to me, telling me, "Oh, this is so tough." I was like, y'all so fake for telling me that. Like, come on now, like in the moment, I guess it was probably tough, like because at that time Republic wasn't getting that type of love.
Nah, not really.
No, not at all. And so like whenever I kind of stepped into the game at Republic, and I was there all my life and pretty much all my life, and so it was like I grew up there, so it was home, and
They just said KC was home.
it is home, but like Republic's second home. Republic's second home. But and then so once I started doing them, bro, like I started getting love from the coaches, from the media, like from like Republic Tiger Sports, from the student sections, players, bro. Like, and then we transferred over to basketball. Then after that, I kind of started branching out to like other people, and then kind of started getting a name known in the area.
I didn't really care to have. I didn't care to have full frame, and I still to this day like if you honestly feel like full frame is what you, then yeah, spend that extra money. But for me and the stuff that I do, I don't mind having the crop.
Yeah.
I don't care. Even with the F4, like you lose some of the light that goes into the sensor. I still don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. But like, bro, even my first mixes, bro, I was filming them, John. I had no idea, fam. I was filming them, John said, 1/1000th shutter speed twin.
Yeah. No, same. Same. I remember like because I went from at Evangel, we had all this gear that you can like rent out.
Yeah.
And that's what I was using for a long time to film my stuff before I bought my own like camera gear.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember the first time I got a Sony, dog, I didn't know what I was doing. I tried to even find like YouTube videos. I was watching YouTube videos going to the games and like still couldn't figure it out.
Facts.
Like I remember one time I filmed a couple times. I filmed games in like S&Q, which I didn't know like you lose audio.
The S&Q, yeah.
So I did that a couple times. I remember I went and worked for I can't remember the company, but it was a UA event, a dorm event at Kansas City at the Hy-Vee Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, he, because everybody would say W shutter. I'm horrible at math, so I like didn't even quadruple it. So I was at same with you. I was at like 1,000/1, and film was like mad grainy.
Oh man,
ISO was at like 5,000 too, because if the shutter's that high, you got to bump the ISO too. So yeah, I was the same way. I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. Now, like obviously, it's like
so I'm saying,
second
like,
nature.
It's like I low key, honestly, I really don't change my settings at all. Whenever because I'm not gonna lie, this might be controversial. I'm auto white balance.
Same.
I'm auto white balance. I don't set my white balance like at all.
Same.
And
I'm on it. Keep going.
And I don't set it. And I keep, if I'm in a gym, so like I have my aperture power or my what is it, like the little dial that keeps your aperture up. When I'm filming outside, I keep it like that. So that way my lighting is I'm always 1.7 overexposed for S-Log. But when I'm in a gym, I started like my last couple of Link Academy videos. I haven't been setting it. I've been keeping it at the 1.7 over. And I don't know. I was kind of testing it to see if there was really a difference versus just like how you would just set your ISO. You'd be like, okay, set your ISO to like 4,000 or whatever, 3,000 depending on the gym. But yeah, now I just low key just keep the same settings. I don't change much.
I'm cool with the auto, and I just keep my camera. If I ever look at it and it looks out of whack, I just point it at something white. Normally the ceiling. Yeah. Zoom into the ceiling, I let it go back cooler, and then I point it back at the players. Like I know, like Twin will be like, "Dog, that's stupid," because Twin always sets his no matter where he goes. Yeah. But I'm just like, I don't know. Preferably, I really don't care that much. Honestly. Yeah. I really don't care that much.
And like, yeah, I even had my temperature set, like like little color grid, and I had it like kind of in the blue tint. And then when I started filming football and I switched it back, because for the first little bit I forgot about it, and I was like, dude, why are my videos look so blue tinted? And I'm outside. Yeah. And then I like sweat. Yeah.
From the gym to the that I will do if I go in the gym and it's super red, because I like a cooler look. Yeah. If it's super red, I will go in my FN and dial that more towards the blue. That's about the most, but I'm still gonna be an auto. Yeah, that's the most I really will do. That's the most I really do, because that's the worst. I didn't have that happen to us. Like I'll film a game on Friday and I set my white balance, and then we'll get to a wedding, and me and Trey are always late. As you see, he was late today, but we're always late. We're not late. We're just always on time.
On time, which is late.
Which is late.
I'm like the same way.
And so like we running and gunning, pull the camera out, and I film half of the day, and before I realized, like, dog, the white balance is
Yeah.
It's something crazy. And so now you just got harder work.
I
on the back
hate
end.
when I'm filming weddings, fam, and you're trying to film like the after party, and they shut the lights off.
That's why
you got your own
That's
lighting
why.
gear?
Yeah. But
That
like,
helped us out big time.
but like, bro, I'm
Very.
like,
no, because we went to a wedding the other day, which was crazy, and so we don't talk to our bride and groom before the wedding, but they had their reception pretty much outside, like in the pitch black dark. And I was asking boss, so I was like, did you talk to them about this before, and like, did they know we had lighting? Because if we had no lighting gear,
we would have been.
we would have had to tell everybody to turn their flash on around.
Yeah. It was pitch
bro.
black. Yeah,
pitch black dark. But
dark.
luckily we had these, and we like put like a spotlight in the middle, and it worked out.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
But
it was kind of cool.
which boss, the person we work with, she's been on our head about getting lighting, but you know, it helps to have these for sure. Because I mean, the other day we did a send off, and they wanted to do it outside without sparklers.
ooh, yeah.
Pitch black dark. We set these up, we're good. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Do you have to set up the little extension cord, Johns?
Well, it takes battery too.
Ooh, that's
but
clutch.
I just like being able to plug it in, because you ain't got to worry about it dying.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I used them for the Evangel Women's Media Day thing.
Oh yeah.
And I had the batteries in, and obviously, you know, media days are long days. One of them ended up dying. I was like, oh crap.
Dude, how long do you spend on your media days?
That was honestly my first media
all
day.
day.
Really?
No, all day. I think we got there at.
All day.
So unfortunately, at the new Evangel's gym, you've been there.
Yeah.
Those windows.
Oh,
so we
my
had
Lord.
to wait till it got dark. So we
Yeah.
had to wait till 7. I think we started shooting at like 7:30. We ended at like 9ish.
That's not bad.
It wasn't bad. 2 hours.
That's not bad at all. Yeah. That's one thing I really got started into this year, and I think I've done 3 so far. I've done Lighthouse's, Kickapoo, and Aurora's media day, and I that was one thing I was like, you know, I want to add on to like my business, and I made the mistake. I bought the cloth backdrop. I need the paper. The paper, John. The paper, John, is what I need, fam.
Yeah.
Because the cloth has too many wrinkles.
Yeah, I feel you.
Too many
Why
wrinkles.
don't you iron it?
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
The paper is such silky smooth, fam.
Yeah.
The only issue is that like if your feet are dirty and you like be stepping on it, it can get dirty.
Yeah.
But it's way cheaper. A roll.
Yeah, the papers aren't that much.
No,
Yeah.
it's like $35, $40 a roll. But yeah, then I bought lighting. Had these flashes.
What about
Thankfully,
smoke.
bought the smoke machine. Bought the tube lights. Probably in total cost me like $650, $700 for like the setup. And so, yeah, now I'm doing those.
I mean, once you got them, you got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I just never really.
So Will is rich.
I just
no.
I just never really cared to do
He's
media
rich.
days.
I got a girlfriend.
honestly,
Right, rich.
because I just pocket watch it look better on you.
He said he said the number. I'm like, he's rich.
I just didn't really.
It's a
really
business
care.
investment.
I just didn't really care to do media days, but
Yeah.
because like not last year, Knicks asked me to do their like intro video.
Yeah.
I told Coach Blanchard like straight up no. I was like I don't want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I never made a intro video for anybody, like a video on a big screen where everybody's watching.
Yeah.
The first time I did that was at the TLC last year.
Yeah.
And I wasn't care like, oh, everybody watching my work, I'm nervous. Like I didn't really care like that.
Yeah.
It's just like I just didn't care to really do it. But now that I'm doing them, I guess I might as well open it up and
No, that's how it was with before I did it. I'd send everyone to Peter Drew. I literally probably sent 5 or 6 people over there.
my boy got the formula.
Yeah, 'cause he knows what he's doing.
Dude,
with
he
that.
does. Like shout out if you're watching. Like
Boy Pete.
He knows what he's
he
doing.
does. Pete kills it on those. But like, yeah, I literally send him. They're like, yo, you want to do this? And at that time, I didn't have any equipment. I was like, I could do it, but he gonna make it look way better. And I was like, here's his shoot him a text.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, perfect, thank you. And
I did that. I just sent Pete a lot of people away for the media days.
Yeah.
You know,
Shout
stuff
out
like that.
Pete, man.
Shout out Pete.
Shout
That's
out
my guy.
Pete.
That's my guy. But all right, man, let's get into some more media questions. So you go on, figure out like filming this for you. Like, what do you feel like the coolest part like now of what you do?
I don't know. At first, I probably would have said like EYBL because I'd have been like, that was my first. Maybe because that was like my first ever like tournament where I like traveled and I was getting paid, and I was like, yeah, first time going to Arizona.
Nice.
Flew out there, expenses covered, and then paid on top. Wasn't a lot, but I got paid. And I was like, you know, I think that's when it really opened my eyes, and I was like, this is sick. I was like, if I can do this all summer and like get to travel around, get paid. No, I'm not coming out of bread for these trips. Like, there's some trips like I come out. Like when I go to the McDonald's All-American game each year. So that's just for fun. Like this just to kind of get some cool content to post on the page, and that runs me a little bit of bread. But like, the stuff I'm like, if I can really get into this, like I can probably make some serious bread. And then started working with Flight, started doing stuff with them, and then started doing a couple things with Link, and then just seeing and doing TOC, just doing these big tournaments. I was like, bro, like this is sick, like this is fun, and I think seeing like I made a mix for like, he didn't see it, but Elliot Cadeau made a mix for Elliot, Tahad, Jakai Howard. Jakai saw the one I made him, but the other two didn't see him. But like, just I was like, bro, like making mixes of these high caliber players who now are gonna go to the NBA at some point in their career. Like, I think that's when I was just like, dude, this is like. I think that was a turning point, which made me think to go like, I think I want to do this
for sure
for a while.
So like, and be honest, is that like why you want to do what you do? Is it like the big names?
No. I don't think so. No, I would say the biggest feeling is like when someone texts me and they're like, "Yo, I sent your mixtape to this coach," and it got either got them an offer or got them more interest or got them more looks or whatever. Or they're like, I sent your video to 30 coaches or whatever. If we do 3 or 4 videos, they're like, yo, I sent your film to these people, and they're like, I got a couple offers. And I'm like, bro, like that's sick. Like it makes me feel good that like I'm helping them accomplish their goal. And so like for a while, I'd probably say for a while it was like big names, low-key clout chasing. But like now that I've kind of settled down and like it's more just like, how can I make this city look better in the terms of like basketball and football? Like how can I present the sports in Southwest Missouri?
No disrespect, football, but basketball, yeah.
Dude,
football,
this dude
we'll be out there for football though. So
this
I know he
hates the Southwest Missouri football.
He gonna say every pod. It seems like this.
I know. I told the pod this. All right, well, so if there was one athlete that you could walk around and follow, right, and film, day in a life,
Ooh.
what athlete would that be? Football, basketball, it could be whatever.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. Okay.
Nice.
Why Travis Hunter?
Bro, have you not seen his like streams and stuff? Like if I was like to film like a game day with him and then like behind the scenes, I feel like that'd be sick. Film like a little Heisman documentary. Us.
There you go.
That'd be hard.
So is that what you more in? I see you like you want to start doing more docs. I feel it. So is that what you more interested in? Because I know that's me right now.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in making docs than I am making mixtapes. Which one do you feel like?
I don't know.
Right
I'm 50-50 because like I've not done very many docs. I've done I think 2, and so it's like, and the second one I did wasn't even really a doc. Like it was supposed to be a doc, but they couldn't find a time to schedule me to come to a practice and to get interviews. So it was really low key just gameplay. Yeah. It was like the game, then B-roll, some drone, and then the next game, and then so on and so forth for I think 4 games. But no, I definitely want to start doing some like documentaries, and I think I'm gonna try to hone on that when I start following like Link. I think I'm with them for 5 tournaments this year.
Okay.
So so yeah, that's one thing I want to do, and also another thing was YouTube was a side quest. I don't know if I barely posted any football mixes this year.
I feel you.
And it was just because like I'm trying to. I don't know. I would count YouTube as kind of like that documentary style, like more of the slower pace, trying to build like a better audience on a different platform.
Yeah.
But,
well, I see it as just like letting the footage breathe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right. Like
it's not so heavily edited.
Yeah. It's what you saw in a minute. The whole scope of it, like what happened before that big play, or things like that.
I like showing the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't care like what team it is. Like like someone was like Link Academy missed some shots. I'm like, yeah, it's hoops, bro.
Yeah,
they're gonna miss. Like, do you think that is like?
They're gonna go 100 for 100.
Yeah.
25 from the field. Like,
do you think this is like? Of course they gonna miss. Like, of course they're gonna like make bad plays. I'm gonna keep that in because like people like to see the good and the bad. Okay.
So
wait, so the same question goes for you. If you could film an athlete in general, who would it be? Day in a life.
That's gonna be tough for me because like I got like it wouldn't be it'll be somebody like I already know. So like Justin Hill at Wichita.
Okay.
Bakari, like guys that I already kind of made like docs for already. So, but if I like
branch
be
out.
uncliche about it.
Yeah, branch
If,
out.
if someone was just to hit you right now and they're like, "Yo, let's
No,
make
not
something.
somebody. A super.
Like,
Just,
like
Yeah.
a superstar. Because
Yeah,
at
that
first
caliber.
at first when you asked him, I thought you like meant in Springfield.
nah, superstar.
If I can follow, it'll be a hooper, and I probably go. Oh man, it's tough. It'd be somebody in Houston, so probably like Jalen Green,
That'd be
somebody
hard.
like that.
That'd be
yeah.
hard.
But what I've been trying to do so long, bro, Springfield Cardinals. Just like I said, because I thought you were asking us. I want to do a doc for one of the Springfield Cardinal guys, like.
Yeah.
But
Pretty tough.
I can't. So a guy from my city came up here. He's a shortstop now, Mason Wynn. He knows me, but I guess he just his Instagram's so crazy now. He would never view my message. I was like, bro, like Mason, like yo, and we only dabbed, like we like what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Like, we never like really knew each other before.
What's good?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't he play for St. Louis and that? Like
He's
no,
the starting shortstop for like
Like
but he
St. Louis.
came to Springfield.
Yeah, we seen a game.
Yeah.
You were like, I know him.
Yeah, like
Oh,
my
yeah.
boy Mason.
Yeah.
Which, so yeah, not to make it a long story, but yeah, it'd probably be somebody in Houston, Jalen Green or
If I was to choose hoops, I'd probably choose like I don't know. If hoops, I'd probably say like I think Rob Dillingham would be cool.
that'd be tough.
Like on the come up.
Yeah,
Like-
somebody like this, and I like those because I feel like that's what a doc is for, is to like bring more light to that player.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the big time guy, everybody already knows. Like,
Yeah.
who I mean, it's cool to do them too because people like even for them, like it's a misconception about people.
Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah.
the day. And,
Yeah, like people
The
like
day
before I
and the
did it with
night.
Kel, the main reason I was talking like, yeah, like Kel, this I'm thinking about doing a doc with or whatever. I was talking to somebody, I won't say their name, but she was like, yeah, like I heard Kel's a lazy player and he never works out and he's a horrible teammate. I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
but she heard that from somebody else. That wasn't her
Yeah.
forward on that. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Even after we made the doc, it was like super fans of Knicks are like, when I say super fans, like older generation people that literally just go to Nixon games just to like support because they live in Nixon.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were coming up to me like, yo, I had no clue Kel was waking up 6 a.m. and like doing all this stuff.
Getting the work in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even like big time players can still like benefit from like documentaries because it changed the narrative. on
And
some
it was
of
still crazy that like he was big here, but then outside of here, it was just like
them.
he was just another good hooper.
Nobody. And that's why what we do, not to
Yeah.
go here, but that's why what we do is so important.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never get mad of like, even though it's as small as Springfield is, and like we're starting to get a bunch of more creatives, I love it.
Yeah.
Because we can't, even if it's three of us, like when I first started it was three of us, we can't put everybody on.
Yeah.
Now
Can't.
it's probably about 15 of us. We still can't put everybody on. But it's a more chance more people get put on now that it is more people filming in the city. You know what I'm saying? What about you, though, Trey? Answer your own question.
Hooper wise will probably be Ant. Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
That starts off
that's-
tough.
Yeah,
It's tough.
but just because, like, bro, I just feel like the vibe, bro. Like, he just seemed like it's a good vibe, bro.
Yeah.
Just a good vibe to be around, outside of the court, just, fun, doing whatever he's doing. And then on the court, obviously, we all seen that he's a dog. So I'll say Ant. Football-wise, though, because I was thinking, bro, y'all both, we all said Hoopers.
I ain't
but-
really got one. I wouldn't do it.
But football, I would. Jalen Hurts,
Jalen Hurts.
a lot of people don't really, you know what I'm saying, no
Jalen
backstory
Hurts.
about Jalen Hurts. Neither do I, but I'd like to do one for him. We could, DB wise, because I am a DB, so we could say,
Sauce?
Ooh,
Sauce would be cool, yeah.
that'd be tough.
Or I'd go Stingley, a dude from Houston. Yeah, bro,
tough.
like there's people that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, Denzel Ward for the Browns. Like, yeah, bro, there's people that I kind of think about, like a day in a life of football. I could
Me
do.
football-wise, probably Dalton.
Oh, yeah, because that would be cool.
That was actually supposed to happen, but, I mean, now he's in Minnesota, so it's
What
tougher.
what's like a dream spot that you like have on your bucket list that you want to record? Because like me personally, the Olympics is like something I want to record.
Like,
Olympics?
all the sports are just basketball.
Nah, just a sport. Honestly,
sport?
if I can get to the Olympics, if I can get to the Olympics,
That's
that's
different.
that stuff is
So what if
different.
they got you filming the bow and arrow?
Hey, shoot, I'm finna make the
art-
craziest bow and arrow mix you ever
Hey,
seen.
bro.
You've ever seen.
And they be making like dope content. I'd
Yeah.
be like, especially like when the Olympics was here a couple months ago, like it was content everywhere, like of anything, like ping pong.
Yeah,
like-
I was about to say, I'm not gonna lie. I think ping pong would probably be a tough one.
That'd be
better
tough.
It'd be tough.
mix a
but
ping
I think you
pong.
can make it. I think you can make it work.
Facts. I never thought of that. I never thought of that question because I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like he's out of his dream. The baseline.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in my like when I dreamed of when I first started picking up a camera was like to put on high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why like I go to college games, but I'm not jumping up and down to always go to a college game or even go to an NBA game. I'm gonna be real. I don't really care to do it because they already own.
Yeah.
Like what you said earlier is like that's my passion of like putting kids on that you don't know about.
Yeah.
College coaches and even the city. Sometimes the city like they don't know about.
Yeah.
You know. True.
I have nothing to say about that. I mean, NBA game. Honestly, y'all, like sometimes I feel like as content creators, we do carry our camera more than others, but we do carry our cameras around like a lot everywhere we go.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I get to go to an NBA game or NFL game or college game, sometimes I don't bring my camera because I like to live. I like to live in the moment. I do.
I just want to watch.
I mean, sometimes you know what I'm saying. I do like to do the same thing, create content, do all that good stuff. But I do like to live in the moment. And I feel like as content creators, we tend to drift away from that because we're like, oh, we got to get a shot, or oh, we about to go over here, we got to get this. Yeah. Me, I'm like, man, look, I'm chilling.
I just want. Sometimes that's why, like, if you remember last year, I only did it once last year, but the Kickapoo Nixon game, I pulled up. I didn't bring my camera. I just wanted to watch.
Yeah, I remember because I think I was filming that game.
Yeah, I just wanted to watch, and I knew it was gonna be plenty of people there. It wasn't another game going on. Like that was literally like one of the only games going on in the city that day.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, I'm pulling up, and I already know my guy's gonna be there. At that time of the year, I really wasn't pushing on YouTube heavy, so I didn't care to put like a recap or nothing like that. I was like, man, I just want to watch, be in the moment.
Yeah, that's one thing I figured out quick is like recaps on YouTube from people here. I mean, you get lucky and get like a K to a K.5 views.
Yeah.
But like, so I did 2 videos for Link Academy, and that's like 13K views total. I'm like, bro, like this is a cheat code.
No, for real. That's why my boys in Dallas, bro. Pretty much everybody I know in Dallas and Houston, all of their, because we all trying to get to 1,000 so we can get monetized.
Yeah.
All of them have well over a K in subscribers, and all their videos do well. Like even when I went back to Houston for that little stint I went back last year. Like all them videos did like good, like 2,000, 3,000 views. You know? And it is tough out here. It is tough. Like
it is tough.
You'll put like a great recap together and they get like 300 views.
No, literally. I literally even was clickbaiting. Like the Arkansas coaches pulled up to a Republic game to watch. His name's CJ. He's
you did clickbait.
Well, I mean, not clickbait, not clickbait, not clickbait, because it was true. Because like they did pull up to watch him, but like I was like, Arkansas coaches in attendance. For a game, I forgot who they played, but like it was, I was making sure to put those in the title, and got like 380 views. I'm like, bro, come on.
The clickbait you talking about is like Ball is Life, like Bronny versus so and so. It gets chippy. Like every Bronny game on Ball is Life is gonna have
chippy.
It gets chippy. Yeah. It gets crazy ending. Like, they always do that, which is like
crazy game in OT, and it like ended in the fourth quarter.
It's like, bro,
like what? It's like we get what y'all trying to do now.
Crazy game in OT, and it's a 40-point blowout. Yeah.
Nah, facts.
All right, William, I have a question for you.
What's up? Talk to me.
So how do you feel about Bronny? How do you feel about Bronny being drafted? How do you feel about Bronny, his league debut, G League debut? I don't know if you've been tapped in, but how do you feel about that?
At the end of the day, I feel like, like money scheme.
Okay, well, answer this question. Do you feel like he's good enough?
No. I don't think he's good enough, but.
And why don't you feel like he's good enough?
Dude, I mean, like, he wasn't even like, if you compare his college stuff to his high school stuff, like his high school, he was a dog. Like he was a dog. And then went into college, it was just a role player. He needed to become a dog in college before he became a role player. And because I feel like that's how everyone, kind of forms into like their basketball. You're a dog, like you're the best because you're the best player at your high school. Then you go to college and your first year you redshirt. And you're like, what the heck? I was a 4-star coming out of high school. Like, what the heck is this? And you realize, like, these guys are 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and they're way stronger than you, way bigger than you. And it takes you a couple of years, and then you get to the point where you're dominating college. And then, if you're good enough, you go to the NBA, you sit. Then when you start getting your chance after most guys, unlike players like Jared McCain or some dudes that just get active off rip.
Rookie of the year, man.
Yeah.
Jared McCain. There's they only played like 20, 25 games.
Yes.
I'm doing a TikTok if he wins Rookie of the Year. I would do it on the pod.
We got a Q&A for him later. So save that.
But like most players sit like their first 3 to 4 years at the NBA until they start getting good. Like until they start getting their minutes, until they start seeing time. So I feel like with Bronny, I don't know. He had a lot of stress and like, everyone was like, hey, go to the NBA because you're going to be the first, dad-son duo. And I get it, but do I think he could have stayed in a couple more years at USC or maybe even, went to a little bit better of a basketball school? USC is good, but USC is not really like, hoops. Like, it's not like a Kansas or a Duke or an Arizona or like
your blue bloods.
UNC or like,
Bloods, like my boy, Wesley Yates on that bid now.
Yeah.
No, they just lost to SMU by it was 71-36. You saw that yesterday? Mm-hmm. That was crazy. I still need to go back and see.
UNC's been losing too.
Yeah.
But back to Bronny, because CJ.
You think he was good enough to go?
Oh yeah,
I think so.
CJ thinks he's doing great. CJ thinks he's doing phenomenal.
Or his stats in the NBA were.
I got to look at his G League stats. I haven't
watched it. I'm surprised because, bro, he'll run down the court in overtime, be posting that clip.
Bro, that's one thing that really does piss me off about overtime, ESPN. I don't care who you are, but it's like, bro, I see one clip. Yeah. Oh, Bronny James to chase down block. It's like, bro,
he gets some basic legs.
I'm like, bro, post something whenever he's dropping 25. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, like, cool.
Yeah.
Like Jared McCain.
He's
buckets.
hooping.
Like, yeah, you have the right to. He has the right to do his TikTok to a mix to ESPN shouting him out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There you go. Or Rob Dillingham whenever he's dropping 16. It's like, bro, I don't want to see Ronnie James. One of 10.
One of the highlights
one
is like
leg.
a little steal or like
Yes,
someone
bro.
blocks it, he gets the board and he takes it up.
And I'm not trying to be a hater. I love LeBron. I love the James royalty. But I do feel like him coming to the NBA, it was a mistake. I feel like he should have stayed a couple more years. Assumption is this. It's like, okay. It's like, what are you going to do whenever your father retires? Because then there's no, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, his dad's in the NBA, so, which everybody swears, LeBron just has all the power in the world, which he might. I don't know. I'm not in the league. We're not in the league. We don't know. But it's like, okay.
LeBron got a lot of power, my guy.
But it's like, what are you going to do, Bronny, whenever LeBron retires? Because it's no longer, your dad can't save you then. Like, what are you going to do?
I'm be real. Bronny don't even be hooping like he love the game like that.
It looks like he hoops because he has to.
Look like he hoops because he has to. Now, like, we are talking about somebody that we've never talked to, so let's keep that in mind. We speaking for him, but he just
come on the pod.
He saw my Instagram story.
Tough. When he was down here at TLC?
Yeah.
Tough. He just don't, from outside looking in, he just do not hoop like he, like, really want to be on the floor all the time. Now, I have seen him turn up, but I also don't see him play with a lot of passion. And I'm on the side of everybody ain't got to be the screaming, yelling, like, you know what I'm saying?
They don't, no.
But that's just me.
He's
I just
playing
don't
very
see-
lackadaisical. It's
I just don't see
lackadaisical.
A lot of passion. But you losing our LeBron sponsor right now. So, LeBron, we still. Like,
I said, bro, I'm royalty. I said, bro, I'm still royalty family.
Shout out Brown. Shout out Bryce. Shout out.
I got questions.
Shout out the family.
I feel you, though. I mean, I feel you.
I got
I feel
questions.
you want to see him play better.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Because I'm like, honestly, bro, because I feel like, Bronny got drafted in the second round, but that could have been somebody else's spot. That actually, I'm not saying Bronny didn't, but I'm not saying Bronny didn't earn that. But I'm like, bro, come on, bro. I don't know your average. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much you averaged in college, but if it's 2 or 4 points a game, it's like, bro, come on, bro.
I think the
It's
NBA.
like, come on,
I
bro.
think the NBA game is more catered to his game, though, from what I've seen.
I mean, 3 and D, but you ain't making no threes.
Yeah.
You playing defense, bro.
He ain't got a chance to get loose yet either. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you could be a 3 and D guy and make it. You could play in the league for
Let's just
16
wait.
years,
He's a rookie.
but it's like,
He's a rookie. Let's just give him a chance.
Give him
a fair chance like every other rookie.
Give him a couple years.
Because
A
are
couple-
you
see-
paying that close attention to any other rookie other than Jared now?
Because like he's not
Don't say
gonna,
Jared.
he's not really gonna start
Rob.
hooping.
I said Rob's been hooping too. Whenever he gets his
but
minutes in,
other than those two guys,
And Rob,
and then old dude from the Lakers.
yes, but LeBron, that helps.
Old dude from
LeBron
the
been hyping him
Lakers.
up.
Old dude from the Lakers.
But he was a dog at Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we talk about
Dog.
age different. Yeah, he was nice at Tennessee. Yeah. Age, he like 24.
yeah,
how
he's
many years-
old.
how many years did he stay at Tennessee?
He stayed in Tennessee for a while.
Yeah,
That's my point. That's why I'm like, Bronny. You
No,
should
yeah, Bronny should have
these
stayed.
are my points.
Bronny 100% should have stayed in either. He should have stayed in college for longer. But dog, I get a chance to hoop with my pops.
that's what I'm
Taking
saying.
that
Like,
chance too, dog.
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's the hard part.
You
It's
and
like,
Parnell on the same floor. You taking that?
Man,
Yeah.
look,
Yes, you are.
yes, you
I'm
are.
not saying I'm not taking it, but if I did step foot on the same court as my father, right, and he's as big time as LeBron,
as the greatest player
right?
ever.
I'm gonna play defense,
Potentially.
yes, but as y'all said in the beginning, with my 2K game, I will be very passive. I'm not shooting the rock, pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? We coming off the screen. I'm not shooting.
I'm not gonna lie. First play I'm touching. I'm hezzy pull that hoe right in this.
Facts.
I'm hezzy pull. I'm hezzy pull.
Why you not go hoop though? You
Because best know if my first shot drops, it's a wrap.
Why can't my first pass?
My confidence is up here.
Why can't my first pass be a oop to my father? Pick and roll, oop. Then my confidence is gonna be high too.
I hear you. Well, we seen when he first got on the floor, the Timberwolves came right back. It was like, hey, this up by 10.
That's my liability,
had to
bro.
take a quick time. I was like, hey, 30. We need a 30.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's bro, but
it's
I'm
love though. Like I want to see Bron. I do. Like I'm not. It's not hate. I want to see him do great.
On the flip side of things, I knew he was gonna go to the G League. Everybody was like shocked when they heard.
I knew that too.
Now I am wondering why he doesn't travel with the team. He only plays G League games in LA. None of my business. I am wondering about that.
Yeah.
But honestly, bro, the G League is an extended version of college basketball.
Yeah.
That's why I'm happy that with the NIL deals, guys are staying in college longer now.
Oh yeah, they're making bank.
They making bank. Ain't no point.
Bank.
But a lot of dudes was going out early just to go to the G League. Now we got guys overseas. Like, in my opinion, this is a name, you know, he from Houston. I love him. There's no reason why Carson Edwards should be overseas and not in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the NBA is we at the point we got another about 5 years for these old stars to get out the way. And it's sad because I don't want them to get out the way. The LeBrons, the KDs, the Stephs, the Clays, the Kyries, like those guys got probably another about 5-6 year window. Once they get out the way, then we're gonna see a new wave of the Jason Tatums, the Anthony Edwards, the Shai Alexanders. You know, that's gonna be the new wave of the OG vets. You know what I'm saying? The Trae Youngs and all that good stuff. So
Trae Young's getting up there too, and he's kind of
but that's what I'm saying. He gonna be the new LeBron, Steph Curry,
some of the new
Clays,
faces,
You know what I'm saying? So once we see that new wave, then we'll get I think we'll see what happens with Bronny's career. He might be a decent role player at that point.
Facts.
Carson Edwards, man, what happened? Like he was with Boston.
So he was with Boston. Him and
did he get hurt?
No, he didn't get hurt. Peyton Pritchard really beat him out.
Yeah.
He really beat him out. In my opinion, I feel like Peyton got more minutes than Carson.
Because Carson is a bucket.
Then he went to Detroit. I really don't know what happened at Detroit. I think they were trying to put him in the G League, and now it comes down to a point. I ain't gonna lie, them dudes get more money to go overseas than they are in the G League. So it comes down. It's what do you want to pick? Do you want to go? Do you want to stay in the NBA, stay on that G League grind, or you just go overseas and be a superstar?
Yeah.
And make millions of dollars.
What was the dude that went to Missouri State here?
Alizé.
Yeah, Alizé. Yeah.
I was in the room with Alizé, RP Rob. I was in the room when Rob was basically breaking that down to him.
Really?
Like, but Alizé, which now he is in China, this was probably right around COVID. Mm-hmm. So, and Alizé was like, no, dog, like, I still want to chase this NBA dream. So but Rob was telling him, like, dog, you can go over. I got people calling me right now willing to give you way more money than you want in the G League. You get in the G League to go overseas and hoop. Yeah. But those guys want to stay.
Melo did it too. Like, I low-key forget Melo went and played in Australia.
Yeah. He didn't go to school, though. But he didn't go to school.
He came back his senior year. But
But
even after that, he went to Australia. Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, you can go ball out, drop 30 for 3 seasons, and then come to the NBA and get buckets. Like,
you know what I think about though? Whatever happened to Sharif Cooper?
Sharif is somewhere in the G League.
Somewhere.
But that's another name, bro.
But that was a big time name. Whenever he was, that was a big time.
Unless you are like the Cooper Flags and like honestly a lottery pick, you probably going to the G League. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of these teams just got for across the board. Unless you going to Detroit, and probably Detroit got a good level of old vets on the squad that can still hoop. That these young guys are not taking their spots yet.
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget like Bradley Beal when he was talking to Brad Bill Elite. And I think they was when they was in KC.
Oh, he was on there.
Yeah, Brad
was play defense.
Yeah, bro, first of all, y'all not gonna do this when y'all get to the NBA. And then when y'all get to the NBA, you're gonna be looking at me. And I'll be damned if I let you take my spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These OGs they not going for that.
Yeah.
So these dudes gotta sit on the bench, they making league minimum, and they like forget it. And then the G League grind is horrible. Mm-hmm. Like, they going to get treated way better when they go overseas. You talking about staying at double trees and all types of other stuff, riding a bus, Versus you go overseas, you first class,
First class, yeah.
first whatever, staying in nice hotels. You're a legend over there. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what I said.
Like what's his name? Pat Beverly, huh?
Pat.
He said I'm out of here.
Pat is an OG that he's at that level of like, that's what I'm saying. We got to wait for that wave of athletes to get out of the way. And like I said, when I say get out of the way, I don't want y'all to get out of the way because I'm probably going to shed real tears when I got to sit in front of my TV and watch LeBron's last basketball game.
Facts.
But that's the wave we waiting on. Like, that's the point we at. Like, these guys playing long careers. Like, this ain't the old days of, like, these dudes only playing 6-7 years. Like, these dudes playing 9, 10, 12-year careers.
Like Curry's in his, like, what, 13th
yeah,
year?
Bro, people forget how old Curry. Curry like 36, 37.
Curry old, yeah.
Like Curry's old, bro.
So is Kyrie.
Kyrie old, like Clay. It's a long list of guys.
It's almost been 10 years since they've won the 2016 championship.
It's a long list of guys, bro.
Golden State's run was really cheap for me.
It's a long.
You needed KD. It was cheap,
bro. Stop
you
yapping.
KD.
Yapping.
You couldn't beat LeBron, Thanos. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't beat. Well, I ain't gonna call LeBron Thanos. You couldn't beat the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring in Thanos to win. Oh, KD.
No, but the Hulk was really Steph. Remember, he lost that 3-1 to Steph and them. They was up 3-1 at OKC.
That is true.
But I ain't gonna lie, that goes more to say KD felt like he couldn't win nothing with Russ.
True.
There you go. All right.
But they made it. But my
Russ
thing
and,
was
Harden, bro.
My thing is
like,
that year though they went to the finals. I mean,
they went to the finals.
They lost to LeBron,
yeah.
but they went to the finals. So with KD saying I can't win with Russ, I'm like, bro, come on, bro.
But that whole team was about to change too. James was leaving. Like,
but now I feel like, bro, now ain't nobody can win with you.
Ibaka was leaving
with KD.
I don't know how true
besides,
that is.
come on, dog. Come on, dog.
I feel like KD was best.
Outside of Golden State,
he went to. You really can't count Brooklyn. He went to Brooklyn.
Yeah, but he went to Brooklyn for like legit a year.
No, he was there for 3 years. James Harden was who he was, and then Kyrie did all that crap.
And then he left.
So he really wasn't no big three. He was in Brooklyn by himself. Now he's in Phoenix. We'll see what happens in Phoenix.
Without Curry, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say KD is nothing. No, I'm not saying that. But without Curry, he's not winning rings. Without Clay, he's not winning rings. Without Draymond, which you know what I'm saying, Draymond played a pivotal role. But without Draymond, he's not winning the ring.
But KD was the MVP of
because
both those finals,
bro. And I tell people
when KD got hurt, they lost to the Raptors.
And I tell people this all the time, bro. I'm like, bro, you don't know how hard it is. First of all, you know what I'm saying, it's LeBron. So LeBron hit the roster. I don't know. They had Kevin Love, K-Love, and JR.
That year they won it against them. He was in the Heat.
No, see, not with the Heat. I'm talking about like whenever it was the Cavs, and it's not whenever he came back.
And he won,
and they lost. But KD was playing. It was KD, Curry, Clay, Draymond.
Yeah, that was the year before they came back and beat them next. But KD wasn't there.
He wasn't.
No, he was already gone.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm like, bro. Whenever you have two of the best shooters in the world, really three with KD.
My bad. I take that back. He wasn't there yet. Who wasn't?
KD wasn't?
KD wasn't there yet. So you have the OKC year. They lose in the year before that, he makes the finals, lose to the Heat. The year after that, LeBron goes back to – did he win it the first year he went back to Cleveland?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it the second year he was there?
I think it's first or second.
It's blurry in my head now. I ain't gonna lie.
Because he won with the Heat, but then they also lost against the Mavericks.
No. Because they lost to the Warriors the first year, and then came back. Right?
The Cavs?
Or am I tweaking? Yeah, when he went there.
And KD was there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
No,
bro.
the year LeBron came back from 3-1, KD wasn't on that team yet.
Yeah, no,
he wasn't.
That's whenever Curry was like, "Oh yeah, bro." Then KD came and they bust his ass for like the next 2 years.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So
I'm like, bro.
The year before that, he lost to Curry in the Western Conference Finals.
Before that,
yes.
Well, whatever. What I'm saying is, bro, it's hard to guard, bro. You got two of the best shooters in the world, and you got KD. It's like, come on, bro. It's like, yo, like it's
guard up.
Facts, but hand down, man down. That's why they shoot it.
Come on. On the Cleveland team, you had Kevin Love.
You had Kyrie.
Kyrie was gone. I think Kyrie was gone.
No, the year
they won with Kyrie. They won with Kyrie. Yes, whenever you know what I'm saying, Kyrie hit the shot, boom.
He's talking about
LeBron with the block. But I'm talking about whenever Kyrie was gone, and it was just LeBron, JR, K-Love. I don't know who the point guard was. To be honest with you, I don't.
I don't remember either.
TT.
Delavinocha? When it,
I think so.
Yeah.
And you got Tristan Thompson. Like, I'm like, bro. I'm like, yo, bro. Like, come on, man. You playing against the almighties.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, come on, bro.
the Monstars.
You got KD dropping 35.
I'm not too
Curry
mad at
dropping
it.
30. Clay dropping 28.
So why you don't get mad that the Celtics won the championship?
Facts.
Why do I need to?
Paul Pierce, Rondo, Ray Allen, and the ticket.
Who they play? Who
They
play
beat
whenever that
LeBron.
was?
But
LeBron had nobody.
But that was like a big four though. Why you don't get mad about that?
LeBron had nobody.
But that was like a big. They put that team together to beat LeBron.
That's my point.
Why you don't get mad about that?
Because
I
at
do.
that point, LeBron was like on the rise.
Yeah.
He was, but that's my. I mean, that was one of his rings that he could have had. He shouldn't. You know, I'm not gonna say he should have had, but
And then
that's
after
one
that,
man. That's like one man versus five.
And then
bro.
after that, that's when honestly LeBron started it all. Let's be honest. Because after that, he loses to the Celtics. Then he goes to the Heat. He joins forces with D Wade.
But you just said
Chris
the
Bosh.
Celtics. You just said they started that. See, that was a super team
That's
before.
what
a
I'm
super
saying.
team was assembled.
Nobody talks about the Celtics though. Everybody
don't.
just jumps
But
over.
I feel like Rondo wasn't Rondo drafted that year. Like when he drafted into that,
Rondo was drafted in that, but KG wasn't, Paul Pierce wasn't, and Ray Allen wasn't.
KG left Minnesota to go to the Celtics.
Exactly.
That was before they made it to the finals.
Ray Allen started off on the Bucks.
Oh yeah.
Only person that was on that team was Rondo, just like the Heat.
No, it was Paul Pierce. That was the only person on the team.
Well, I mean, yeah, just like the Heat, only person that was on that team was D Wade.
Yeah, well, Brown was probably like, man, look, the Celtics got a big five. I need D Wade, Chris
Exactly.
Bosh.
And so then they beat them, and then that year they go and
Yeah.
they lose to the Mavs, and they win the next two, and then they lose to Curry.
What I don't understand is why Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but then I don't. I'm like, why Kyrie leave, bro?
Why can't?
Like I know he said he didn't want
He
to
was
be like
trying to be his own
LeBron
man.
shadow. Yeah, but I'm like, come on, bro. Like
All
we
right.
think of you, but like we think of you as
All right. Let's not go on the NBA rant because I want to ask Will one more question, then we get into some other topics we got. But go ahead, get that out.
Go ahead and get it out.
I love Kyrie, man. He would have stayed.
Shout out Kyrie.
LeBron would have probably got him another ring.
Kyrie was trying to be his own man.
He was.
That's why they still ain't got back together today.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense why Kyrie hasn't went to the Lakers yet, but he just don't probably want to go to the Lakers. Yeah. It is what it is.
I mean, and then they made it to the finals too, but they got that ass waxed.
Who that?
Kyrie.
Oh, the Mavs?
Yeah, they went to the
They
finals. They were
did
there,
get waxed.
but they got smacked around the floor. They were smacking. Hey, come here. Come this way. Not that way.
That was just the Celtics time, bro.
I was like,
it
bro.
was just the
I
Celtics
was
time.
like,
But it brought light to everybody understanding that Luka cannot guard nobody. Y'all was hating on my boy James Harden all them years. Now y'all finally see Luka
Yeah.
can't guard a ghost. He can't guard me. I give Luka
All right.
25. Bro, have you
Hey,
seen some
chat.
of the clips?
all right.
Chat.
I give Luka 25. Have you seen some of the clips of Luka guarding? It's bad. Like bad, bro.
Hey, but he can score. That's for sure.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. But all right, Will, let's get into this, and then we're going to get into some other topics.
Talk to me.
I want to know, where do you see yourself in the Springfield media list? We had this talk in Cali.
We did.
I want to hear.
We did.
I want to
Okay.
hear where you rank it. Where you rank
This
it.
might
the
get chippy.
Springfield media crew. I want to see where you rank it. Where you at?
And this is where
What-
CJ gets the he fell off at. You know what I'm
This
saying?
is
He always quotes
what do you,
these.
what's the criteria? Like mixes, slow stuff, docs. Like what is the criteria? Like what am I basing it off of?
I want to just really base it off of impact.
Because like
In 2025, not from the old, like not 2021. Well, 2024 is still 2024, but like, which one? Okay, what criteria you want to go off of?
I don't know. Because like if you're talking about just overall like video editor and like because I think there's two crucial parts, three maybe. I dabble in a little bit, but it's sound effects. I don't use it a lot. I'm starting to get into it, but I think the big two is how you shoot and how you edit. And if you can be versatile, especially with the editing, on multiple different like sceneries, like if someone's like, "Hey, can you make this?" and you make it and it looks good, and then someone's like, "Yo, turn it up a notch. Let's make something like this," and they're like, "I bet," and then they're like, "Oh, actually, I want you to make it just a little bit slower," and then. Or they're like, I want this to be super cinematic or, so on and so forth. I think that itself is powerful. And, like, it's more than, because some people can be really good at just one thing. Mm-hmm. But I think when you're diverse, it's like you have such a larger crowd that you can hit.
Not for sure.
And I don't know if it's ranking. There's not a lot of dual. I'm a hybrid, so I'm good at photos and I'm good at video.
I wanted to bring that up too. We'll stay on topic though.
Okay.
I'm telling myself to stay on topic.
Okay, I think I'm top 5
Give me the 5
with impact. I think
Give me the 5.
in order or top 5. I think.
I like it in order, but if you don't want that pressure, just give me the 5.
I think 5 right now with impact.
Is it gonna be in order?
Not in order. Not
All right,
not in order
Save
now.
yourself.
I want to put them in order, bro.
Save yourself.
Order,
Because
order.
he's gonna clip these.
Order right now.
Oh, this is definitely going to
And so he's gonna
In
clip
order-
it.
in order
So
right now?
save
This is
yourself.
definitely going to
In order right now. I'm gonna say.
You're doing it in
I'm
order.
gonna say Toe at the 1.
He's saying you at the
Pete-
one.
Pete-
Now he's
Listen
covering
to him.
himself. Now
Listen,
he's covering himself now.
Pete Drew at the 2.
Peter Drew at the 2.
Peter's at the 2.
Okay.
Bands at the 3. I'm gonna say
And this is what?
Impact.
this is impact.
Oh, okay.
Bands at 3, and I think because
Whoa.
Bands
Bands at
is-
4.
Huh? No, Bands at 3.
Bands. Me,
said-
Peter Drew. I could have swore.
No, you, Peter Drew, Bands.
Okay. 3. Okay. So
And I
4.
say that because Bands has been tapped in with like businesses recently. Like he's tapped in with outside of just sports,
Yeah.
and that's like a big thing. But 4, I say me,
Okay.
and then 5, I probably say like
That 5th one is the tough one because it's like, who you going to leave out?
I would say like 5th. There's so many people I give it to, but
It's a lot of
consistency is a big thing.
Yeah. I hear
If you're not consistent, you can't. I feel like if you're not consistent, it just doesn't. It's not. You're not irrelevant. You're not relevant. So someone I say like is low key consistent, probably JD.
Jeremy Daniels?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
I would
he's been.
counterpoint.
I think he's been helping. I say 5 because he necessarily doesn't do a ton of stuff outside for his stuff, but he's been putting Missouri State
State
more
on.
on the map
Yeah.
for media because Missouri State media.
No, they don't.
He's been more focused on helping Missouri State out and getting them better than more kind of what we're doing and helping more of the city out.
100%. And he put all his focus in that. And that's why you see, he said in the first pod, in the conference, like I think they're second in most followers engagement.
Yeah.
On
That's what I'm
Instagram.
saying. So he like that at that point he's killing
That's cool.
it. Like
Kudos to you for seeing that. That's what's up.
yeah,
All right, so that's your 5.
I think that's my 5.
Give me one honorable mention. Just one.
One honorable mention. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go Kamaje.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Kamaje.
I
You know
respect
why?
That's a good
You
one.
know why I say Kamaje?
Why?
Because at the beginning versus where he's at now, he's improved a ton. A ton.
Agree.
When I first saw his stuff, I was like, you see people and you're kind of like, okay, they'll do it for probably 5 or 6 months. They'll probably be done. And at first, that's low-key what I thought when I saw Kamaje's stuff. I was like, you know what? He's doing it for Central. His brother's on it. Probably, probably do it for a little bit, stop. But then he just kept getting better and better and better and better. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, youngin. And he does it.
Aren't y'all the same age?
Same with Vinny. Shout out Vinny Flicks, bro.
Hey, Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny.
Vinny-
Only
Vinny-
reason why Vinny wouldn't be in none of my tops right now is because he's playing bad. He's
Yeah,
still,
it's
like,
because
he's still in his basketball career. I know if he was like us and can just go
And-
anywhere, anytime.
And he told me that he was like, because he told me he does not want to be known for a videographer. He wants to be known for a hooper.
Yeah.
And that's his goal. And so I kudos because he's tough at both. He can
Oh,
hoop, he can hoop, and he can make some mixes. Like when he dropped that Little Republic mix,
Yeah.
I was like, us. But walked in my trap and took over my trap. Like,
Is that how you feel?
nah.
Let's
It's
talk
all
about
love.
it.
It's all
Let's
love.
talk
It's
about
all
it.
love. It's all
All
love.
right.
It's all love.
That's
It's
how
all
he
love.
feels.
Let's
That's how
talk
he
about it.
feels.
Let's
That's
talk
how
about
he
it.
Nah,
feels.
but
It's love. It's love.
But no, I didn't really stun out for Republic as much as I did this year because I was bouncing around. I was with Carthage, Glendale. I was with who else? Webb,
Yeah.
Willard. I was with a bunch of teams this year, so it's like I was more showing the love for everyone, and that was just when it came down to when I opened up my booking sites.
Yeah.
The Republic was just they didn't seem as interested as a lot of teams that literally were just like, I want you this week, and I was like,
Glendale.
I bet.
Glendale used at Glendale this year too.
I was at Glendale.
Was.
Only for a week
We
though.
gonna get into it.
Only for a week
We
though.
gonna get into it. But so I wanted to ask you too. Because like when I first seen you, I feel like you were doing a little bit more photos. That's why I wanted to ask you now. You still see yourself as a hybrid, though. I feel like you kind of shaded away from the photo side. Is it not you just not posting the photos, or you still taking them?
It's low key both.
Okay.
Like,
because that's why I was wondering, like, are you because you know me, I'm straight video.
Yeah,
I was wondering
video.
where you was trying to lean more to that straight video side.
I'll probably say like when I'm offering, like when I offer my services to someone's like, hey, we want you. What do you do? What do you charge? I'll probably go 75-25 video.
Okay.
But I still have crazy confidence in my photos because I can take really good photos. I just don't post it a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, at first it was like photos only.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, that's pretty much what I did. I was probably the opposite.
When I first seen you was heavy photos.
Yeah, heavy photos. I post probably like 2 or 3 photos in a slideshow.
And
then an hour later, 2 or 3 photos in a slideshow.
And then like a video would come.
Yeah.
That's why I was.
A little mixtape would come.
Yeah.
But as I got more tapped into video, I just saw the engagement doing better than photos would.
I feel you.
And so then I started like having more creative freedom with videos. And I was like, I kind of like this. And so that's, I shifted over pretty early. And then when collabs came out, big.
Collabs was huge for us, bro.
Big thing.
Collabs was huge.
I have to tag them, and then all of a sudden now there's 2 videos posted.
Yeah,
and
at the same time.
people are reposting mine, and people are reposting his. And then when collabs came out, that's also kind of when it changed the game from video. It's because I was like, okay, now I can really boost my account.
For sure.
I can do these videos for free at TOC for some of these big time players. But, they're giving me, 60, 70 followers and, 100K views.
The return on investment is greater. That's why I always tell people, like, even though it is free work, it's still advertisement for you at the end of the day.
Yep.
Because I know I wouldn't be where I'm at in the game today if it wasn't for a lot of that free work I did.
Yeah.
And even today for the free work, the pro bono work I do. It's always advertisement and bringing it back to the business. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope.